Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Housing Development Progress, number one and the best. Housing Development Progress, number one. Number one. Housing Development Progress, number one and the best. Housing Development Progress, number one. Housing Development Progress in Nigeria. Housing Development Progress in Africa. Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
Building materials is a major component of construction costs, and a reduction in the cost of building materials can also result in a reduction in the overall construction costs and promote affordability. The rising cost of building materials has made it impossible for people to own affordable houses in Nigeria. It can therefore be said that local building materials are not well utilized in the country. Welcome to another informative episode of Housing Development. As always, I am Flora Ani, your housing diva. Modern building industries lays much emphasis on sophisticated building materials and techniques that are expensive. Why is it so? We shall be discussing these and more on the program right after we see the news making rounds in the sector. I will be back.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has initiated a rehabilitation program aimed at revitalizing approximately 46 deserted housing projects across the country. The bank stated that this objective would be accomplished through collaborating with Shelter Afrique Development Bank, a pan-African financial institution dedicated to advancing the housing and real estate sector across Africa. The FMBN Managing Director, Shehu Usman Osidi, disclosed this while hosting the management of Shelter Afrique Development Bank recently in Abuja, noting that the bank had made reviving the housing estates a priority. According to him, the intensified collaboration will help provide construction and mortgage financing for developers in Nigeria. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has approved a set of carefully designed relief programs to ease the suffering of the state's residents amid the prevailing global economic downturn. Speaking with journalists in Ado-Ekiti, the special advisor to the governor on media, Olayinka Oyebode, revealed that these programs encompass the disbursement of 1 month salary arrears to state and local government employees, amounting to over 2.7 billion naira. Oyebode highlighted that the governor also approved a monthly increment of 600 million naira in the subvention allocated to autonomous institutions such as the judiciary and all tertiary institutions. In a recent statement, the Nigerian Institute of Architects (NIA) has expressed concern over the high cost of building materials, underscoring considerable hurdles for construction projects and business ventures nationwide. NIA President Mobolaji Adeniyi emphasized the ongoing economic strain experienced by contractors amidst the surge in inflation rates, which rose from 28.92% in December 2023 to 29.90% in January 2024. Adeniyi stressed the severe repercussions of the continuous escalation in building material costs, notably cement, which has witnessed a remarkable surge from 4,500 naira to 13,000 naira per bag within just 3 weeks in certain regions. In some areas, prices have soared even further, reaching up to 15,000 naira per bag. This surge persists despite cement being locally produced in Nigeria. Adeniyi voiced concerns that this circumstance might encourage unethical practices among unscrupulous contractors and developers, heightening worries about a rise in building collapse unless adequate oversight measures are enforced.
For more housing, finance, and construction news, do well to visit www.africanhousingnews.com. One major way to bring down the cost of building materials for affordable housing is a shift towards the usage of local materials. What are the factors that affect the usage in the industry? Can locally produced building materials substitute imported ones? In this exclusive interview, Abubakar Sadiq Muhammad, the MD of Nice Realty, speaks on this. Take a listen.
I would say that for every Nigerian, this is actually a very difficult and challenging time, whether it's in the real estate industry, oil and gas, FMBN and all of that. And it's due to many factors, you can say. Definitely the inflationary rates are also there. There's also the high cost of the mono economy, or managing the economy of the nation, and also governance as well. All of these have impacts. And for us in the real estate industry, it's no different because, for example, we've had cases of extreme, or probably you can say extreme, or very high cost in real developers work towards, achieving this affordable housing goal. As we know, there's a huge housing deficit in Nigeria. Whatever the numbers are, whether it's statistics from the NBS or from REDAN or from any other establishment in the country, whatever numbers are out there, what is most important is Nigeria has a huge housing deficit. It doesn't matter whether it's in the millions or hundreds of thousands. And in order to meet it with the current price hike and with the current situation in the country, which we will not say is completely the fault of this current government, because the honest truth is we have to also be fair to the government. They are just 8 months in power. These were things that were already being spoken about 2-3 governments ago, right? In terms of Nigeria, the cost of governance in Nigeria,